Hey guys, Dennis here, Muddy Water Search and Recovery, and just wanted to kind of do some updates on some things and talk about a few things with you guys. First, let's start with I know that we have put out so many videos the last couple weeks that we have basically replayed some of our old stuff for you guys. That is kind of relevant because we have so many new subscribers, and thank you guys who has subscribed to the channel. We appreciate all of you guys. So it's bringing some of that stuff from way back in the past, bringing that forward again to get as many eyes on that information as possible to help bring these missing people home. So please bear with us with those. We do have a lot more new content going to be coming out. And so just please kind of bear along with that. Another thing, I know a lot of the stuff, especially when it comes to those who have been found or when it comes to our new cases. I know right now we're doing the slides with the music and stuff. That's usually not how we like to do those. We like to bring those on one at a time and discuss each one of those with you guys individually. And we will be moving back to that in the coming days. Just recently, due to time constraints and everything, it has been more convenient to do it this way and get that out to you guys a lot quicker. So there is going to be some changes back on how we're getting videos out to you guys, including new videos, and there's going to be an uptick in live feeds too, and we will get deeper into that with you guys in the coming days, but just kind of a heads up on what's going on there. I talked about time constraints. As most of you guys know, my mom was in the hospital or has been in the hospital since Christmas, and she has been to more hospitals in the last 6 months in facilities than most people have in their lives, it seems like. Um, the hospital in Lebanon to the hospital at Lake of the Ozarks, up to Columbia, Missouri, and DeMu. From there to Springfield, Missouri. From Springfield to Kansas City, Missouri. From Kansas City to St. Luke's in Kansas City. From that St. Luke's to St. Luke's on the Plaza. From St. Luke's on the Plaza to a facility over here on the Kansas side, and then back into Missouri. So she has been to more facilities than most in their entire lives just in the last 6 months. Some very scary times. There were multiple times that it looked like we were going to lose her. Thankfully, that was not the case. And she is still having some stuff go on. She still does have a trach, but she is doing so incredible right now. So very, very thankful for that. Hopefully everything continues along this road. I will say the care that she has received once she, particularly St. Luke's at the Plaza and the other facilities she's been in up here, the care she has received has been incredible. They have done so great with her, and I brought her so far. And so when I mentioned, time restraints and stuff, you know, going there, seeing her, spending time there, I haven't been able to do as many videos and live feeds as I would like, but that's my mom. I've got to be there for my mom. If it was reversed, she wouldn't hesitate to be here for me. So hopefully everybody understands. I let her know that so many of you reach out to me, some of you almost daily, sending thoughts and prayers out for my mom. I've let her know that. She said to tell you, thank you very much. She really appreciates it. And her words, the prayers have made the difference. So very, very thankful for all of that. Another thing is the majority of our team, we work full-time jobs to support our families. We make no money from Muddy Water Search and Recovery at all. We're actually paying out of pocket to do this. But the full-time jobs, Alex has been extremely busy with work. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And so a lot of time constraints here recently. Thankfully, it seems some things are starting to kind of taper down a bit, and it's going to open up more free time to be able to get on here with you guys even more. Now, through all of this, we have not stopped digging into cases. We have not stopped lining up searches. In fact, we have a search coming up this Saturday that we will be filming and bringing you guys along on. It was an area I did not expect to do a search in, but something come up and we have, without a doubt, we got to go there. So I don't want to say too much about it at the moment, but as soon as we can, we will get that search video out to you guys. And if anything takes place on that search, we will go live and kind of bring you in where things are, what's going on, what's happening, that kind of stuff. So we're not going to leave you guys hanging with it, but that's kind of where that is. That is one search of many that's already lined up for this year, and more searches adding in constantly. So many of these we will get to bring you guys along on. There are some that property owners have asked us not to film, and we're going to respect that. It is so hard. We have had such an issue getting permission from property owners to do a search that if they ask us not to film, we're going to honor that without a doubt, because we don't want to jeopardize losing that permission to search and the referral, the word of mouth. You know, if they ask us not to film, or they tell us we can film, but don't give our address, don't give our location, don't show our buildings, and we go on and we show their buildings and give that address and give the location, you know, word of mouth, it's going to become even harder to get permission to access private property to do a search. I can't tell you how many times we have been told, I've got to tell you guys no. We have given somebody permission in the past and asked them not to do this or that. And the very first thing they did on camera was they did this or that. And we can't have that. We can't have that kind of disrespect for us and our property and letting you come in if you're just going to do that to us. We have gotten that so many times. Unfortunately, several of these was all revolved around one particular team, but that's neither here nor there, because we are getting that in other states as well. So we don't want to jeopardize losing more private properties to search simply because it's so hard to get those how it is. So some of those we will not be able to film, but once the searches conclude, then we will be able to do a live feed once we're back home, or a video, let you guys know that we were out such and such date, such and such time, doing a search for this missing person. This was a water or ground-based search, or whatever it was, and go over the details of our efforts and what we did, but we would not be releasing the location, the property owner, anything like that. if that's what the property owner asked of us. I will say there is a property that controversy come up when it comes to that property because I'll just be blunt. Somebody got their feelings hurt because they didn't get their way, and they come out on a live feed and run their mouths and insinuated. So that family has not allowed that property to be searched. We are hoping to eventually be able to get on that property and search it. I do know that the particular spot that was in question to be searched, I do know it's not deep enough to hold what it has been said it is holding. To be honest with you, had that person not done a video and threw these accusations out or insinuations out, nobody would have even thought anything of this particular spot, just because on Google Earth, the little pond that's there, you can clearly see the weeds sticking up out of the water. I mean, stuff like that, it makes it harder for others to get permission to get on private property, because it doesn't end with that property owner that was done wrong. You know, word of mouth spreads. And when it's on a video on here, that spreads too. And people don't want to deal with it. So they're going to say, no, thank you. They're going to shut the door and go about their business. And then the families get to continue living life not knowing if that property holds answers or not. So we will always 100% respect the property owner's wishes and hope to get in to be able to do that search. So without giving actual details of that whole thing, as soon as I can, I will keep you guys updated on that, and hopefully be able to bring a video out to you guys and say, hey, we physically done this search. Here's the results. So fingers crossed on that. So this Sunday night, when we lined this up, I had forgotten all about it being Memorial Day weekend. And we already have it planned and lined up. And we're talking about the live feed this Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time here on YouTube, where Tamara will be using her dowsing rods to do a dowsing episode on the Randy Leach case. This is something I put out as a question, asking if you guys would like to see. I had several people reach out to me and say, yes, absolutely, we want to see this. So that is what we will be doing. At the beginning of it, I'm going to ask Tamara to explain again what she does. And because I still don't know 100%, how it works, so to speak. So we'll have her explain it again to everybody, explain how this works. I will tell you there is a disclosure on it for entertainment purposes only, and no answers that come from this are deemed factual. It's just the best way that we know how to do that. But we definitely want to be open to any method that may help bring answers to a missing persons case. She has done an episode with us on the Summer Wells case. She has done one on the Melissa Trumpy case. And then now she will be doing the Randy Leach case. And it's really interesting. And basically, she takes yes or no questions. I know we're going to be asking questions. I know many of you have questions you will want to ask. The only thing that she asks is to keep these as a yes or no question. It works better as a yes or no question, and for the question to be as detailed and specific as possible. So please keep that in mind. And this Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time during that live feed, if you have a question to ask, throw it over in the comments. We will be reading those off, and we're going to read every single question that pops up. Now, with camera, I know that does get exhausting, so we may stop here and there to give her a little break. If it gets to be too much, we may shut it down a little early. We got to play it by ear, but it's going to be a really interesting live feed this Sunday night. I will be talking with Ben, Melissa Trumpy's ex, father of the kids, all of that good stuff. He's been working tirelessly to bring Melissa Trumpy home. And if you remember last Sunday night, we had it scheduled. He would be joining us on a live to discuss the Melissa Trumpy case again. And there's some new information that may be coming out in this particular live feed. And then somebody thought it was a good idea to basically cut or damage the main lines from Spectrum. That's where we get our internet from. And we went quite some time with no internet, none of that stuff. Sunday, we got the notice that it was back up and running, but till sometime Sunday evening, I would log on, and within 5 seconds, I would be logged off. So we had to postpone that particular live feed. So I will be talking with Benny, and we will be getting this one rescheduled. You're not going to want to miss that live feed. To give you kind of a hint, things may be moving forward in the case. So I'm going to leave it at that. And don't miss that. I will let you know once that has been rescheduled. But don't forget, this Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, will be the Randy Leach dowsing episode. I also want to mention Crooked Trail Designs. For those who don't know, my wife, Megan, she makes jewelry. She does her Muddy Water t-shirts, keychains, a lot of different stuff that she does on her Etsy page. And a percentage of all of the profits she donates to Muddy Water Search and Recovery to assist with our efforts. Memorial Day this weekend, we've got July 4th right around the corner. She has a patriotic lineup that is just beautiful. So probably not this weekend, but next weekend, she's going to get a lot of her stuff out, and we're going to do a live feed, and she's going to share a lot of the stuff that she has with you guys. It's amazing. I look at the stuff and I see beads and charms and wire and clasps, and it just looks like a pile of stuff. Then when she gets done, it's this beautiful piece of jewelry. She is very particular with her products, meaning if she puts it together and something looks slightly off, she will disassemble the whole thing. She's a perfectionist with it. That's why I can tell you honestly, you get quality products at a very affordable price. You're helping a small business while at the same time supporting Muddy Water Search and Recovery. I mean, it is just a win all the way around. So we'll let you know for sure ahead of time when that live feed is going to take place, but definitely check it out. She has a lot of beautiful stuff. I don't know. I'm going to have the link to her Etsy page in the video description here, so make sure to check that out. Another thing with that I wanted to bring up is, I'm consistently asked by people, how they could help financially support Muddy Water Search and Recovery as far as donations. We do have a GoFundMe account. This account has been open for, I want to say 6 months or longer. We haven't had any donations to it yet, but I'm going to put the link to our general GoFundMe account in the video description, and a link to our GoFundMe account for Sonar, or not Sonar, I'm sorry. We have Sonar. GPR, ground penetrating radar. Those will both be in the video description on this. We also have an Amazon wish list that is set up to where if you don't want to donate money, but you want to donate supplies, something that we need, we put together a wish list. This is stuff that we use. It's stuff that we need. And it's set up to where you would be able to order that straight off of there and it would deliver straight to us. So that is another option to go as well. Also, our website, MWSAR, you see it down here underneath the Muddy Water Search and Recovery name. There is a donation page on there. You could also purchase a Muddy Water Search and Recovery t-shirt on there. Just a lot going on over there. So that is another option as well. So there's a handful of you guys that have followed us since almost the creation of Muddy Water Search and Recovery over 4 years ago. And they could bear witness to the fact that we don't come on here and ask for donations a lot. It is very much needed, to the point at this point, it's almost required to be able to keep doing this just because of the expense that comes with it. Not only is all the equipment and the gear expensive, but every search we're doing is requiring travel. So you got all the gas expense. Then you got to eat. So there's food expenses while you're out. There's the little normal expenses that pop up left and right when you're doing something like this. There is so much that goes into it. Simply just keeping the YouTube channel going, using StreamYard. StreamYard in itself is $45 a month, and we're only using that for our videos and stuff. So it is constantly adding up expenses. So any donation, 100% of that goes into our efforts and helps us do all of this. And without getting that, it gets extremely hard to be able to do very much. We've all got families that we have to support too, and we're trying our best to do this to help other families as well. So we don't come on and ask this very much at all. We probably should ask more than we do. We just don't want to be like that, It's, this is something that we have volunteered to do. And with that comes certain financial responsibilities with it. So we're not trying to get out of doing our part with this in any way at all. But we are at the point we are going to need some assistance with it. To the point, if you have any ideas of any kind of fundraisers or anything like that that we can do to help grow funds to do more of this, please let me know. We're open to looking into trying anything to raise funds. We have searches that are out of state. We have searches that are many states away from us that we need to do. we need ground penetrating radar. At this point, we need another boat fully set up with sonar and everything. We need more metal detectors. So much stuff that we need. And, trying to nickel and dime the money out of our pockets to try to build up to get there, as well as we do, it's hard to do. So any assistance anybody can give, whether it's a donation, whether it's an idea of a fundraiser that can be done, anything like that, we're asking for your help on this. So please let us know, and we appreciate it. And I am going to change the topic again. Not a comfortable, for me personally, that is not a comfortable topic to discuss, but sometimes it does need to be discussed. We are also, and this is something that I want to talk to Alex some more about, but open to the possibility of doing another meet and greet styled event. I know we done one a few years ago in the Linwood, Kansas area, where we did meet a handful of you guys, and that was incredible. So we are looking at the possibility of sometime this summer doing another meet and greet styled event, and maybe even have a couple other teams come in with us for this. We'll keep you guys updated as this progresses and we put together more details of it, but we'll definitely keep you guys up to date on that. I'm trying to think if there was any other updates. So I am going to pause this for a second and check with Megan and Chrissy to make sure I'm not missing anything or leaving anything out. Okay, so I just went in and talked to Megan and Chrissy and went over kind of what I've talked about tonight. And they both believe that I likely covered pretty much everything. So we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for your support. And again, I know I went into kind of a deeper financial side of things here, but just simply subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, leaving a comment, that really helps as well. I was looking at all the numbers on YouTube just the other day. 70% of our content views are viewed by people who is not subscribed to the channel. So guys, please hit that subscribe button. Please leave a comment. If nothing else, comment and let us know what state you are from. Share the videos, especially the ones covering the missing persons cases. Please share those videos. Let's get these cases out in front of as many people that we can. You guys know the more people that see these, the greater the chances of these loved ones being found. We have had cases that the information come in and the person was found in a complete different state because somebody watched a video and saw the flyer and recognized them and contacted law enforcement and contacted us, and it brought the missing person home. That has happened multiple times. So getting these cases out in front of people, it works. If you're on social media and you see a missing persons flyer pop up on your news feed, take a split second and share that on your social media account. That 2-second click may be what it takes to bring that missing loved one home. So make sure that you be doing that. Make sure you join us this Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, for the special dowsing episode in the Randy Leach case. Stay tuned for the new videos and live feeds that are going to be coming up. And we will see you this Sunday night. You guys be safe.